So pardon me kind of running back out off of my seat to this board. I really want to talk about the Super Bowl. As you know, last week there were 3 picks made between Dan, Jack, and myself. Jack being the odd one out and picking San Francisco. Wah, wah, wah. See where that got you? You see where it got you?
Yes.
Yeah. As you noticed last week, we had 2 mottos, and now I have, thanks, John, not that John standing right next to me. Yeah, say hi. John Harbaugh. However, I still think Jim Harbaugh is the better coach out of the 2, even though he really didn't win the Super Bowl.
I guess we can all agree that game was badly officiated.
Oh, no doubt about it. After Ed Reed picked off Kaepernick, yeah, and one of the Baltimore safeties pushed the ref.
Yeah.
Didn't get ejected.
Holding in the end zone.
Didn't get a. He's mad because you lost, but
yeah,
holding in the end zone. That safety pushed the ref. Didn't get ejected. Didn't even get a penalty for that. But there were 2 penalties on that play. Weren't they both offsides?
No, you're thinking of a different play.
When Ed Reed picked off Kaepernick, and then the safety pushed the ref, there were 2 flags on that play.
I feel like it was unnecessary roughness on both teams.
I feel like it was offsides because they were offsides the whole game. But, John, who would you have picked to win the Super Bowl?
Who would I have picked? I would have picked the Ravens, to be totally honest with you on this one.
Bandwagon.
Guy knows what he's talking about. I'm sorry, what was that? Who won?
Bandwagon.
Who won?
The
No.
bandwagon.
The Ravens won. Now there's a few questions here. Does Flacco get the big $20 million contract that he wants? Comment about that. We'd love that. Does Ed Reed stay with Baltimore?
Or does he go to Patriots?
Yeah, or does he come to New England? Good point. Yeah, speaking of the Patriots, my girlfriend recently brought up a couple of weeks ago how she found her old Legos, and then I said maybe I could build the Patriots a new secondary with those. And I think that, not just New Englanders, but everybody can agree with me on that. The secondary needs help very badly. Speaking of wounded animals, the Timberwolves don't even compare to how sad I am about the Patriots secondary. Hi, buddy. I think that, and don't get me wrong, I remember I did post a status on the page about needing to get rid of guys like Chung and Arrington, but I did do a little research, and I noticed that there were a few things about Arrington that I kind of overlooked.
Well, he's easily overlooked. Like, he's no McCourty.
Oh, God, yes. Because he can't roam like McCourty can.
Yeah.
There's that, as I mentioned just a second ago, I did post a status about that on the page, and I did. Not only did I talk about the secondary, but I talked about the signing of Wes Welker, which I did read on Bleacher Report, a very good website. I use it. John uses it. I think Dan uses it.
I use it sometimes.
Yeah, Dan uses it every now and again. Jack, the odd one out.
I pretty much use Score Center.
Yeah, he doesn't use Bleacher Report. He doesn't pick the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
While we're on the topic of the Patriots, did we ever mention that the Pats signed that all-pro Canadian football player to play alongside Will Forrest?
No, we didn't. I forget what's his name. I forget his name.
He did help them win the Canadian Super Bowl wherever he was.
A Canadian Super Bowl. Look that up for me on my computer real quick. See if you can find it. While Jack's looking the Canadian football player up on my computer, getting back to what I was saying about addressing the secondary of the Patriots, I think if they were to cut a few guys, I'm not going to name anybody in particular, Patrick Chung.
Seems Marcus Cannon.
Yeah, Marcus Cannon, that's who it is, Marcus Cannon. He's playing aside Wilfork.
Could go for a 4-3 style, put him 4 and then have Spikes, Mayo, and Hightower, or they could just use him as a backup and have Ninkovich as a 4th linebacker.
How scary is that?
That's
That's really scary. And
that's deadly.
Dan does baseball. He says it's scary. That says something. No offense, Dan. You're great at what you do. You're good at chemistry too. If the Patriots can cut some guys from the secondary like Chung, that frees up space on the field where they can pluck guys out of their roster and give them reps and see how they do, filling in for Chung. But I'm really not concerned about what our roster can do. I'm really concerned about the Patriots trading and drafting. I read a lot about how the Patriots need to draft for wide receivers and defensive linemen. Come on. Between Gronkowski, Hernandez, Welker, and Lloyd, do we really need a wide receiver?
Nope.
We'd like one. There was talk of Randy Moss coming back here, but
That's not welcome.
He's washed
yeah, thank you. I really don't want that happening.
We don't need his attitude.
Don't vote yes for Randy Moss in New England. Please don't.
That's great.
Okay. Great. Don't. Yeah, please. Moss isn't. He's still a vertical threat. We saw it in December. What, December 10th? December. Yeah,
Which
December.
game are you talking about?
December 10th, when the 49ers came to New England.
Yeah, we almost beat them.
Yeah, we almost beat them, and their first touchdown was Kaepernick to Moss up the sideline. What I was saying about a vertical threat, yeah, he still kind of has it, but he doesn't really have it, if you know what I mean. He still has spring in his step, just he's got a lot of fall in his step too, if you know what I'm talking about.
So he has the potential to be really good, but he never really shows it.
Basically, yeah, I shouldn't say. Well, we shouldn't say really good. He's getting older.
Well, he's the potential to be above average.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, when you get a player like Randy Moss, they're kind of a. I shouldn't say once in a lifetime, but guys like Randy Moss that are known as the circus freak, you don't see guys like them very often. And for the Patriots to have acquired him when they did, and he caught 23 touchdowns in 2007. I mean, tell me when that'll happen again. It probably won't for a very long time. Don't trade for Randy Moss. What they should, well, I shouldn't say what, who they should trade for is Darrelle Revis.
Thank you.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. John?
100%.
Yes.
Dan?
Yeah, I say that. So.
Attaboy. Yeah, trade for Darrelle Revis. The Jets are... I love the Jets. Like, I like to watch them because they make me laugh.
Remember when Sanchez ran into the guy and fumbled it?
Oh, yeah.
Sanchez could do that.
I was laughing that entire game.
You give up 3 touchdowns in 53 seconds?
It was unheard of.
Something like that, yeah.
Tebow was running back.
You just don't do that. You don't do that. Oh, speaking of Tebow, there's talk of him getting traded, so we'll hear Tebow mania again for 2 months.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that
would go.
would be
Who would want him?
gorgeous.
I like how you said that. Who would want him? He's not bad, but he's got this bad habit of not being good. Ever.
So he's streaky.
No.
Yeah,
He's a
in a
streaker.
certain meaning of the word. He's not a streaky passer, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't you just love our sense of humor? Trade for guys like Darrelle Revis. A friend of mine told me on Tuesday that we should try to get Ed Reed, and I told him he was crazy because 35-year-old Ed Reed's not 26-year-old Ed Reed. I mean, do you think Ed Reed would do good here?
Yeah, I do. I think him and McCourty, Korean strong safety, could... I don't know, they could be good, I guess.
They could be good, but for how long could they be good?
If he's anything like Randy Moss turned out here, in terms of his position, he could be like a superstar here.
Well, yeah, but he's only got so much time left.
Oh yeah. We said, how old is he now? 35.
He'll be 35.
Well, he's got like 5 more years left. If anything,
But playing strong safety, especially playing a kind of defense the Ravens played, come on.
I don't know. The Ravens have a good.
He
defense.
reminds me of Rodney Harrison. Like he's a
Yeah.
he's a scary player.
He
Like, I
is.
wouldn't want to be matched up with him.
That's why I say we should get him, even for a short time.
Acquisitions like that have their ups and their downs. I more or less lean towards getting Ed Reed than I am opposed to getting Ed Reed, but think about the economics when it comes to it in the long run for old Crafty and Belichick.
That's scary.
Yeah, maybe get Ed Reed, try to trade for Darrelle Revis, and build around those 5 guys: Revis, McCourty, Arrington.
Wilfork.
No, not Wilfork.
Are you talking about the secondary?
Yes, the secondary.
Well, the points that I'm trying to make.
Talib, Arrington, McCourty, Reed, and Revis.
Those 5 guys.
Yes, the 5 guys. I think those are the guys that are most key to our secondary. Because when Talib
definitely.
came along in week 10 or 12.
I think his first game was against the Niners, actually.
No, it was against the Colts. Yeah, against the Colts at home in week 12. He tightened up the whole secondary. I mean, am I wrong?
No, he's our best quarterback.
Yeah, he did a great job. Trade for those 2 guys, build around the 5 of them, and re-sign Walker. I'm not going to go into that because you don't need to go into that because it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Re-sign him. Brady loves him, especially when guys like Gronkowski and Hernandez are out and he's left with his 2 favorite targets, Lloyd and Walker. What are you doing?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that statement.
I think that's all for this week.
Are we going to briefly mention what happened in baseball?
Yeah, baseball.
Let's make that a whole other segment.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make that a whole other segment.
All right. Well, that's enough for football and basketball and hockey for now. Thank you, John Harbaugh.